Hello, everybody. I want to give you the week 7 announcements and an update on what assignments we have due this week and what is coming up in the future. Of course, the big thing happening this week is this is our exam 1 week. So I can see that many of you have already started the exam. Some of you have already finished the exam. You have until 9 p.m. to complete your first attempt. And of course, this is going to be the main thing that I'll be talking about in this week's assignment, since it's the biggest thing that's happened in our class yet. All right, so let's just go ahead and jump into the week 7 announcements. Yes, exam 1 is happening this week in week 7. Your first attempt is today, the 28th of September. It's been available since 9 a.m. and it'll be available until 9 p.m. Eastern time today. Your second attempt is going to be on Thursday, the 1st of October, again available from 9 a.m. to 9 p.m. Eastern time on Thursday. Now, there has been an update. If you missed my announcement that I released yesterday, I've decided to change the course policy, and instead of giving you just 60 minutes for an exam attempt, I'm giving you a full 90 minutes per exam attempt. So whenever you start exam 1 today, you're going to have a full 90 minutes. That means you need to start by 7:30 p.m. to make use of that full 90-minute timer so you can really focus on taking the exam. The reason that I've done this is I was starting to get the feeling that the 60 minutes was giving a lot of people stress and anxiety about the exam. And I don't want you to perform worse on the exam due to stress and anxiety. I want you to actually feel comfortable enough to actually show me what you've learned and what you've studied. So 60 minutes seem to be causing a problem. This semester is all about understanding and getting you the best possible way to learn the material and engage with the material. So it seemed like a no-brainer to just go ahead and extend that time to give you a full 90 minutes instead of a 60-minute window to take the exam. Now, whenever you do take your attempt, I highly recommend that you're ready to go before you hit the start button. You should be ready with your calculator for the math-based questions. You should be ready for the pen and paper for the math-based questions. That way, whenever you run into, say, a Kepler's third law question, you are ready to go. You don't have to go scrambling around, so you can write down some stuff and work out your answer. You should also be ready with your notes organized and ready to go. I had recommended that you put it together a 1 to 2 page study sheet, a very short one where you can reference all the material that you most need access to, you most need a little extra recall on, and that's something you'll want ready to go whenever you take the exam. If you're not going to use something like that, you should at least have some sort of organizational sense, so you're not just burning time trying to find stuff whenever you run into that question that you just don't know how to work right off the bat. All right, so lots of things going on with exam 1. Make sure that you complete the first attempt. You must do the first attempt. The 2-attempt policy relies on, and in fact is founded on, you take the first attempt. And you should be using your first attempts as if they are your only attempt. Because if you do well enough and you're happy with your score, you're free to skip the second attempt. You, however, cannot skip the first attempt. That undermines the entire system. So make sure that you use today's first attempt. And if you want to use the second attempt, remember that your final exam 1 grade will be the average of your 2 attempts. So far, that has been working out pretty well with both quiz 1 and quiz 2. The average between the 2 attempts going up by about a full 2 out of 12 points, which is a significant improvement. I hope to see the same with exam 1. There's another big one. I have updated the course schedule. This is something I don't really like to do because I know a lot of you put things in your calendar right at the beginning, but I've decided, after a lot of deliberation, to move quiz 3 from next week, week 8, to the week after next, into week 9. Why am I doing this? Well, we'll have covered enough material for a quiz, but if you're anything like me right now, you are feeling the slog of this semester. It has felt very relentless, and I feel like we could all use a little bit of a break from the constant onslaught of assignments and quizzes and exams, and I know my class is just one of many, so you're feeling this much more acutely than I am. And having a quiz the week after our first exam seems like a lot. So I decided to push it back a week into week 9. However, this does come at a cost. We have a fixed schedule, fixed number of weeks in our schedule, which means that if I push quiz 3 back, we're taking a off week that we had in the future and buying it for next week, which unfortunately is going to put us into a run up to exam 2. We will not have any quiz or exam in week 8, but then starting in week 9, we'll have quiz 3, week 10 will be quiz 4, week 11 is exam 2. Hopefully we'll be a little bit recovered and we'll be ready for that next race up to exam 2, and everybody will be prepared and everybody can use this coming week, week 8, as a little bit of recovery. And finally, there are extra credit opportunities in this class. I have 2 different assignments that you can repeat. You can do each one 2 times. They're available to you on Canvas already with some missions that you can follow right from the modules page. Look for the extra credit opportunities. I highly recommend doing the extra credit. It's a great way to engage with this class on a deeper level and earn some credit, going a little bit extra to what we expect out of this class. So therefore you earn extra credit. And each one of these opportunities is worth quite a bit. Every time you complete one of your 2 times you can do each one of these assignments, as long as you do everything appropriately, you will earn 1.5 points added to your final average. Now, I do put a cap on the total amount of extra credit you can earn in this class at plus 5%, half a letter grade, but that is a significant amount of extra credit. So if you're wanting to do extra credit, then go ahead and take a look at those opportunities and get to work on them. You have all semester to do them. The due date, I believe I said it to be the 2nd of December. What are our assignments for this week? We only have one. That's going to be the week 7 engagement exercise. That's going to be due this Sunday. That's the 4th of October at 11:59 p.m. Eastern time. And I really want you to be focusing on the exam this week. So no homeworks or anything like that due. Only the week 7 engagement exercise. We do have some upcoming assignments. Just as I mentioned, I updated the schedule, so there's no quizzes or exams next week. Hopefully everybody appreciates a little bit of a break so we can recuperate and hit the end of the semester, the second half, feeling prepared with a lot of experience under our belt. Homework 5 is available to you on Canvas. I have split homework 5 into 2 different parts, part A and part B. Part B has all the math stuff all in one assignment, and that way you don't have to go through all the multiple choice and other type questions every time you want to reattempt the math questions. So I figured it'd be best to split that off into its own separate assignment so you can work on those. And whenever you use your extra attempts, you only have to re-go through the math problems and not do all the extra multiple choice questions. Also, since I know that people have a little bit more difficulty with the mathematical analysis stuff, I'm giving you 4 attempts instead of 3 attempts for part B. Both parts A and B, it is one assignment, are due at the same time, and that's going to be the 7th of October, which is a Wednesday, the time that homework is always due. And notice that's 2 weeks from now in week 9. Now I want to go ahead and end this video. There's something really exciting happening in the astronomy world. There is this NASA mission that I am a huge fan of. A lot of my colleagues are actually mission scientists on this, so they are working on this mission. And the mission is called OSIRIS-REx. It's NASA's mission to go to a primitive type asteroid. If you're in my 151 class, it's a C-type asteroid. We're about to get there soon, where we talk about the different asteroid types. But what that means by primitive is that this asteroid contains organic molecules that have been sitting around since the solar system formed 4.6 billion years ago. So we are talking about the original materials that went to putting together our solar system, and some of those are organic molecules, which is just absolutely fascinating because we want to answer questions like, how did the terrestrial planets, how did Earth end up with the required organic molecules to, create life, to have life exist? Where the Earth formed in the solar system, it would have been too hot for the Earth to have formed with organic molecules. Therefore, they had to come from somewhere else. And here is an object, a near-Earth asteroid that has left the main belt of asteroids and come to visit close by, that we now have a NASA spacecraft that's in orbit around it, mapping it out. It is about to, on the 20th of October, descend to the surface, spray a little bit of nitrogen to kick up some of what we call regolith. You can think of it as asteroid sand, I guess. Asteroid dust, and it'll blow that up, put it into a collection container, and then return that to Earth with a slated return in late September 2023, bringing back the original materials that our solar system was built out of, which is astounding. If we want to know about the origins of ourselves, if we want to know the origins of our solar system, this is kind of the biggest mission that's happened yet. And most people haven't heard about it. It's called OSIRIS-REx. So I'm going to attempt to play a video using my computer audio. This is the first time I've done a share like this. Hopefully all will go smoothly. All right, here we go. All right, pretty exciting stuff right there. I know, I'm super excited. It's happening soon, the 20th of October. I am beside myself with excitement over this mission, and it's just absolutely stunning that we can build something that can do this. To give you an idea of how insane it is to target an asteroid that's only 1/2 kilometer in diameter, it has a surface gravity of 1/100,000th that of Earth. If you were standing on it, you could literally jump off of it. So we have to actually, this spacecraft has to have the correct orbital velocity. It has to constantly be changing its speed so it can descend to a very, very precise spot on the asteroid, touch it softly enough so it can make contact with the surface to collect a sample, and then leave while dodging a bunch of boulders and things like that, so it doesn't destroy itself in the process. This is perhaps the most amazing feat of engineering technology that's been done yet. All right, I'll leave you there, and I'll see you in the weekly videos.